Hi, Reverend Paula Zabkar here from Spiritual Soul Center. We've just gotten through the Christmas holiday, or we've just celebrated the Christmas holiday. Now this is the first Sunday after Christmas. Let's take a moment to be still and to drop into our heart. Take a moment to connect to our own spiritual nature, to the nature of love, to the nature of hope, to the nature of compassion and tenderness. Let's connect to that within our own self. And in this single moment now, to realize that that is what connects us all. That is what makes us all one. And to feel that connection in this moment, to breathe in and to breathe out, and to know it, to feel it, to experience it, to be satisfied, to be happy, to be joyful in this moment now. And so it is. Welcome to Spiritual Soul Center. Well, here we are at Spiritual Soul Center. We are here to create a movement grounded in love and kindness that transforms us, our community, and the world. That's the thing. That's what we're here to do. That's what I invite you into Soul Center, invite you into your own life, and do that. And this is the question I have for you today. Is your life built around fear, or is it built around hope? Those are the two choices. Is it built around fear? Is there a foundation of fear in you, or a foundation of hope? Which is it? Because those are the two choices I think we have. And I'm asking you to reflect for just a moment about the choices and the decisions you make in day-to-day life. The news stories that you watch and how you feel about those, the posts you make on social media, or the posts that you respond to and how you respond to that. Are you responding and acting from fear or hope? From fear or hope? Because those things actually are a reflection of how you feel about life, how you really feel to the depth of yourself about life. If we're coming from fear or we're coming from hope. Are we guided by fear or hope? That's the question. If you find yourself being in anxiety and worry and judgment and being mad and angry, that's probably an indication that you're building your life around fear. If you find that you come more often from trusting and knowing that there's goodness in the world and following that, then more than likely you're coming from a place of hope in yourself. A place of hope in yourself. I believe that having a spiritual perspective really can be an indicator of where you fall, or where I fall in most of my life. Because spiritual perspective is not about which religion you're in, who or what you worship, what holy days or holidays that you celebrate. The spiritualness is not about any of that. Spiritualness, I think, and a spiritual nature is about recognizing that spiritual nature in myself, and recognizing it by extension in every other living being. Like, what is that? What is that nature that I am? What is that nature that it's implanted in every living being? That's really the spiritual I'm talking about. And without that kind of perspective, I think it's easy to get caught up in the fear of the world. It's easy to look around and see the shortcomings and the danger and that's happening in the world. And if that's all there is what we see out there, it can be really scary. And we can find ourselves being pulled into fear. But hope, that's a different story. Hope sees beyond what is happening in the world. Hope is not related to what actually is already happening. Hope really comes from the unseen, and that's why I think it's this spiritual nature that allows us to incorporate and to build our life around hope. Because hope is built in the unseen. Hope is not something we can hang on to physically. It is really bound up in belief and trust that's beyond what can be seen. And that belief and trust put an energy and an emotion in us, and that is hope. Hope says, I see this, and it may look hard, and it may look tough, and it doesn't look good at all maybe, but hope says, maybe I should change my perspective on this. Maybe my life, my vision is a little bit blurred. Maybe I need to see from my soul, see from that inner way, to see the possibility and the sacred in everything. I think that's what hope is. Hope is being able to see the sacred in everything. That is why it's spiritual. It is something that is unseen. Hope breeds creativity. Hope breeds determination and unity and possibility and joy and harmony. It's warm. It breeds harmony. It is warm and inviting. It finds a way. It soothes. It empowers. That's what hope does. It empowers. Hope clears the way. You know, there's a story that I've shared before at Spiritual Soul Center about Daryl Davis. Daryl Davis is a black man who is a jazz pianist who was wondering one day to himself, why can somebody hate me just because of the color of my skin? How can that be? And so his mission was to find out. And you know who he asked? He asked white supremacists. He asked members of the Ku Klux Klan. He wanted to know. He wanted to get right there with them, because I know he was driven by hope. I know he was driven by this hopefulness inside of him that knew there was something there that could be overcome, something greater than he is. But he was the instrument by which that happened, hope. Fear, on the other hand, fear breeds limitation, separation, anxiety, worry, judgment, and panic. It is that immovable thing. Fear is all about you versus me, and me versus you, and us versus them. It's that stuck place, that tense place, that cold place. It's the place of no hope. That's what fear is. Fear is the absence of hope. That's what it is. And the world is full of both of those. Maybe, I'm full of both of those too. And so are you at different times, to be filled with fear or filled with hope. But fear often gets the top billing, doesn't it? Or at least sometimes. And you know how we talk about hope? We talk about losing hope. We don't talk about losing fear. We talk about losing hope. Why? I think it's because hope and that emotion of hope is who we are and what we are naturally. And so when we get bound up in fear, we talk about losing hope, losing it because it is the nature that we already are. Ralph Waldo Emerson said this: fear defeats more people than any other one thing in the world. It defeats us. It defeats our own hope. It defeats what we are in the first place. And we feel as if we've lost hope. We've lost what we already are. Well, here's the thing. There are people planting hope all over the world right now. We can plant hope, and people plant hope. We are the ones who do it. People in our lives, our friends and families, people in our community, people in our country, people all over the world are planting hope. Our neighbors, planting hope. We are not waiting for someone or something to sweep in and save the world. Listen, it is so important to plant hope, both in ourselves and in others. And you know what the action of hope is? The action of hope is kindness. It's simply kindness to everyone all the time. Kindness is the action of hope. And we can plant kindness easily all the time. When we plant kindness, we smile, we notice someone, we recognize them, we respect them. We say, I see you. I see your struggle and I'm here for you. I see you. I notice you. You matter. What you have to say matters. What you're doing matters. How you are feeling matters. It matters, not so I can solve it, but so I want to relate to you. I want to relate to you at the level of hope that is our natural way of being, because I know that hope lifts us together. Hope is looking into your eyes and seeing you. It's saying, listen, let me wash your feet. Let me buy a meal for you. Let me share a meal with you. Let me listen to your struggles. Let me listen with empathy and compassion to what you're dealing with. When you plant this kind of hope, it changes you. And it changes human beings. It changes others. This idea of planting hope. You know, my friends Jason and John, who live in Asheville, North Carolina, came to Wilmington for Christmas. And beforehand, Jason texted me and messaged me and said, hey, we're going to be there for Christmas. I'd like to drop off some hats that I made to you. Now, Jason is a crocheter extraordinaire, and he has outfitted many a needy person in Asheville, North Carolina with a warm winter cap. Beautiful, colorful, all sorts of sizes and styles and looks. And he's coming to Wilmington to celebrate Christmas, and he wants to drop off some hats. Because this is how he plants hope. He plants hope in the world. This is his way of saying, I see you, I see your need, and I want to do what I do to show you that I care. To show you that there is hope. There is a warm hat that you can wear to protect your head and your ears. This is how I can show up in life. This is a part of me. This is what I have to offer. That's hope. That's hope speaking through Jason. And I'm so grateful to have received those gifts, that offer of hope. You see, our Christian teaching is very clear. The Christian teaching of Jesus says, whatever you do to the least among you, you do to me. Whatever you do to the least, and I think we only have to look around our life to see how we are treating the least, to understand how the health of the whole, because that's the other teaching in this, is that we're all connected. We don't do one thing separate from anything else. And so when we plant hope according to how it is that we are here to, with our unique gift, it matters to the whole. It matters hugely. It matters hugely. We are all connected. And that's the truth. So I submit that the antidote to fear is hope. The antidote to fear is hope. And kindness is hope in action. Kindness is hope in action. I really was thinking that this should be the next pandemic in the world. Kindness. To let it race around the world as fast as possible to everybody. And we don't have to stay in our homes to find it, to stay away from it. We can engage in it. Let's make that the next pandemic, eh? Renee and I were watching a documentary this week called The Antidote, by the way, which gave me the basis for these words and this message that I wanted to share with you today. I invite you to Google The Antidote, to watch the trailer for that movie, to notice that there are people right now planting hope in a myriad of ways, not waiting for anyone else to do it, but they are planting hope all over the world. In this documentary, all over the United States. Planting hope. Amazing things that we can do, that they are doing to raise the vibration of hope in the world. Please take a look at it. Please take a look at the documentary called The Antidote. It will be time well spent. So let's take a deep breath together and go into this time of meditation. To settle in, to drop our shoulders, to take a deep breath or two, to come into that inner place, to recognize the spiritual nature that we are, to commit to not losing it, to not losing hope, to know that hope resides, planted firmly in us. It is our spiritual nature and the nature of every living being. So let's sit a while with that. Sit in the energy enlivened with this energy, enlivened with the energy of hope, we commit to the action of kindness as often and in as many ways as we can. To live that. To know it is who and what we are, this hope, this vibration of hope, this energy of hope, no matter what it looks like in the outer. We commit to this new year. We commit to kindness. We commit to letting loose our hope into the world. We breathe that. We breathe that, and so it is. Amen. I hope you are able to join us at the Burning Bowl ceremony on New Year's Eve. There'll be a drum circle beforehand led by Chrissy Velez, 2:30 till 3 o'clock, and then our Burning Bowl ceremony from 3 to 4. Check out the details on our events page at spiritualsoulcenter.org and on Facebook as well. If you get the newsletter, the details are also there. I look forward to seeing many of you as we bring in, with great hope and joy, the new year. So let's close in this way. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May all beings be filled with loving kindness. May all be well. May all be peaceful and at ease. May all be happy.